now at the location of the Hambleton Mill and the legend of Esther Hale. There is actually a bridge over there that is not very creepy anymore. It used to be very, very creepy. They have since repaired it. It's kind of weird. We'll show you that in a minute.
Yeah, disappointing.
Yeah. But the legend of Esther Hale is she was basically a jilted bride. August 12th is when she was supposed to be married. She arrived at the church. Her groom did not. Nobody could find any traces of him, didn't know where he went. So she locked herself in her house, refused any visitors. They went to check on her months later, found her slumped over her windowsill, dead, still in her wedding dress. The legend is that you will see her walking along this road and on this bridge. If she touches you, you will wilt away and die, and she will turn young and beautiful again.
Yep. So, obviously, that legend is more than likely not true. But I think there's like other people have like said to like see her and stuff like that around this area. This is now a lot of people think that Jake's Lock is also in this area. Somewhere, I forget which lock some people suspect it is, but it's one that's it's not Gretchen's, but it's one that's around this area, and they think that they can see his lantern sometimes along the river by the bridge. I've heard that as well.
Yeah, they've seen lanterns around the bridge. They've seen Esther around the bridge. A lot of stuff happens around this bridge.
Especially in August. Something about August.
Oh yeah,
August 12th was supposed to be was supposed to be Esther's wedding day. So a lot of times, if you come here on August 12th, you will see a lot of ghost hunters.
Because it also coincides with Gretchen as well. Is that the day she died, or?
Supposedly Gretchen died on August 12th. So yeah, they kind of have the same day.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Yeah, I will say if you're interested in the paranormal at all as well, this is definitely like this whole area is like kind of like a hotbed of like different stories and stuff. And that's why we chose to do an episode here. So now we are at Grimm's Bridge. And just the drive alone here was creepy as hell. As you can see, it's a really cool old bridge. There's two main like hauntings that supposedly happened. The one is a guy named Brian. Supposedly, it wasn't really a suicide, but he jumped off, hit his head in a rock, and sometimes I guess you can kind of like see him around. But the other one I think that's a little more interesting is it was called the Captain and the Lady is basically all it refers to. And basically him and his dogs and this lady would come here a lot and spend time, and they just went missing one day. And supposedly you can see like their lanterns like going up and down in the river. But it's just a really cool and creepy place. And then the other one that we're not going to, and I would like to eventually go there, but it won't be till probably spring, is the tunnel. It's a Montour train tunnel. It's near it, and it was in operation in the 1950s. I'm just reading this. The accident caused by mining operation to go bankrupt, and the Montour tunnel never reopened. It's usually flooded and super, super creepy, but all we could get to today was the bridge, so.
Hello, we are at Pretty Boy Floyd's spot where he was killed, here in Calcutta, like East Liverpool area.
It's like Spruceville, I think. I never understood because it's like Beaver Creek, Spruceville, but it's in Calcutta.
All three counties, basically. His name was Charles Arthur Floyd, also known as Pretty Boy. He was killed on October 22nd, 1934. And he was shot somewhere right here in this area.
Yeah, I mean, it's a bit uninteresting, but yep, there's it. Somewhere in the field.
Yeah, his
there
death
was a
mask.
barn here somewhere.
Yeah, his death mask is at the Sturgis house. It's a bed and breakfast that was converted from a funeral home. And they also have old embalming supplies that are also on display at the house. And it's really cool story. Is my great grandmother actually fed Pretty Boy Floyd a few days before he was killed. So that's kind of cool history that we have with me and Josh because we're both our grandparents. So.
Yeah, it's interesting. I also think it's interesting, if you look at the sign here, there's just bullet holes just littered through it. Which there are also bullet holes, at the Bowman's site. Yeah, so it's kind of creepy, especially considering the fact that he was shot to death. Yeah. But yeah, this site, is there, I don't know if there's any like ghost activities. I think the people have like reported like seeing him like standing by the sign and stuff like that.
They see him here And if you actually taunt him and call him pretty boy, he's supposed to leave EVPs saying, "My name is Charles."
Oh, okay. We're headed back to Gretchen's Lock. We'll see if we see any Bigfoots on the way. They like to hang out in these parts.
See if we get a callback.
Yeah, that's. I feel like Bigfoot is probably insulted by that attempt, but that's okay. Is this like where the Ohio Grassman is, or is it like actual just straight up Bigfoot?
I think it's Bigfoot.
Okay, the Grassman might be Cuyahoga. It is a nice.
I think Grassman's more southern Ohio.
Yeah, it is a nice, pleasant little walk back to the lock. And it has not rained for a while, so it is not muddy. Alright, we are approaching Gretchen's Lock now. God, you can't see it at all from this angle. It's kind of hidden back here, and there's not really any signs to point it out. Yeah, because it is the height of summer. It's just such a creepy, like, little location, just kind of tucked away back here. And yeah, it's starting to feel a little bit stormy. We're hoping we don't get rained out on. We were going to wait till it was a little bit later to come back here, but... And there she is. Oh yeah, there used to be a plaque right here that talked actually about Gretchen in the story. They have removed that. But yeah, this is the lock.
All right, so a lot of immigrants came from different countries to help build all the numerous locks that were being built in the Americas. One such family was Gretchen and her parents. On the way here, Gretchen's mother passed away. So Gretchen's father and Gretchen came here. He worked on the lock. They were almost finished with the lock, and unfortunately Gretchen contracted malaria and passed away. Her father decided to bury her inside the lock in one of these little stones to later remove her when he was ready to leave and take her back to their home country. When his job was done building the lock, he took Gretchen out of the lock, replaced it with a stone, got on a ship to their country, and the ship sank. So they were both lost at sea. The legend is that Gretchen still haunts this lock, and you can hear her saying, "I want to be with my mother." Some say that Gretchen is actually still buried in the lock, that he never actually removed her, which is why they think that that's why she wants to go back to the sea, because that's where her mother is. Whether or not that's true, who knows? Gretchen does share a date with Esther Hale, the jilted bride. August 12th is supposed to be the day that Esther was to be married, and the day that Gretchen died is August 12th as well.
Right. So not the same year, but yeah, the same.
No, just the same
day of the month.
Yeah.
And that's why, as we had said earlier, that a lot of people come here for ghost hunting in that day. It gets really packed because, and these are two of the most popular legends in all of, I would say, probably Northeast Ohio. A lot of people have heard of it. So I think what we're going to do is, I will say this, that the ambiance of the storm is, it's actually kind of creepy feeling back here. Probably going to do like some ghost box sessions and stuff. Probably not regular EVP because there's these bullfrogs and so much nature sound. It would just be contaminated for a normal EVP session. But I think we're going to try that. Maybe some dowsing rod stuff and, yeah, see what happens.
If there's anybody here with us right now, can you say hello? If you can, this little box here can hear your voice. You just speak into it. Or Josh has these little poles in his hand. If you cross them, we'll know that you're here. Do you think you could do that? There's someone here with us right now. Can you say your name? Do you like people coming to visit you back here? Are you preferring to talk with the dowsing rods? Can you cross them if that's the way you prefer?
That's really freaky feeling.
Okay, can you uncross them? Thank you. I'm going to turn this off, okay? If you prefer to talk with the dowsing rods, can you cross them again? All right, I'm going to turn this off, but we're going to use those, okay? Can you uncross it? Frogs. If you're a man, can you cross the dowsing rods for us, please? Are you a woman? Can you cross them, please?
It's so freaky. Like, because of the way that they're in the sleeves, like, I can feel them, like, I can feel the pull through and, like, the grinding through the sleeves.
Oh. Have
It's
you ever had them
weird.
yanked out of your hands? Yeah, that's
No.
fun. No, not really.
I have an itch on my leg.
Okay.
That was me. See?
Are you older than the age of 15?
Cross for yes.
Cross for yes. Big ass bug.
There's like bugs on my ankles.
Okay, are you younger than 15? Cross them, please.
It's crawling up and trying not to move. So we're younger than 15.
Okay, can you uncross them, please?
Like, look how it's so weird because they like stop moving. It's like they're jilted.
Yep. Are you younger than the age of 10? Can you cross them, please? You straighten them back out? Thank you. Are you younger than the age of 10? Can you cross them, please? Are you 10 years old? Can you cross them? Okay, thank you. Can you straighten them out, please? Straighten them out, please. All right, Gretchen. We want you to pinpoint where you are buried, if you can do that. Josh is going to walk along the wall, and when he gets close to where you're buried, can you cross those for us, please? Can you cross them right now so you understand what we're talking about?
Jesus.
All right, thank you. Yeah, that was violent. Okay, uncross them, please.
I might have to. Oh, I had to move them a little bit because they were starting to grind together.
Yeah.
There we go.
All right.
All right. So Mel, you just kind of, anytime I'm out of focus, just click on me. I'm going to try and walk. It's kind of hard because this ground's uneven. So the dowsing rods might move a little bit, so I'm going to kind of walk and then stop. All right. Can you point me in the right direction? Okay. I don't know if you're catching this on camera or not.
Did they cross already?
They literally just turned and pointed.
Oh, okay.
Here?
Gretchen, can you uncross those for us? All right. If that's where you're buried, can you cross them again?
Why give me chills? It's just like the violence that they're swinging through.
Okay, thank you, Gretchen.
Uncross them, please. So one more time, Gretchen. Right now I have my hands on it, so you can't control them at all. I'm going to walk towards this way, and I want you to, one last time, we're not going to ask you to do this again, to point at where it is, because we want to confirm, this is important to you. And I'm sure you want people to know. All right, so if you will, point me in the direction. This is weird.
Wow. Look at that. Oh, they like straightened out. Look at that. Wow.
But I do want to record. I want to record Kim as well. I just want to see. But I do want to record. I want to record Kim as well. I just want to see. But I do want to record. I want to record Kim as well. I just want to see. See, that was interesting. The dowsing rods definitely pointed at this area right here of the lock. And to state, those dowsing rods have a copper sleeve on them. So my hands themselves, let me come over here so Kim can kind of show you. She has them now. Let me focus, and there we go. So my hands were not actually touching the rods, and they were just touching the sleeves. So they were free flowing. Like, you can manipulate them by moving your whole body, but that's why, except for when I was walking, I was trying to stay very still. And the movements on them were pretty erratic. What's that?
Like, you could do that just by moving your wrists and stuff, but we were both standing very, very still.
And how they just stopped like they did.
Yeah. And you can actually, if you've ever done dowsing rods before, or have never had done them before, it actually feels like someone is actually holding them.
Yeah, like I said, the one time it did feel almost staticky to me. Because these are pure copper ones. And those are, if you're going to do any kind of dowsing rod stuff, and it's amazing because dowsing rods are proven to work. Now, I'm not going to say they're proven for the paranormal because that's kind of something that's hard to prove, but they are proven to find like graves, water, and stuff like that. And yes, there's a river beside us, we'll say that, but it never pointed that way when I was standing right here. And the river is, it's kind of hard to see because of the camera darkness, but the river is right over there. And it would have turned and pointed if it was trying to find the water or whatever. When I was standing right in this spot, it would have turned and pointed there. But it didn't point at all until I got into the lock. So, it's interesting. I wish you could have got some stuff from the ghost box, but it didn't seem like anything was happening there. But, at least we got some with the dowsing rods. But yeah, when we were towards the end there, it seemed like Gretchen was getting kind of agitated, so we're probably going to head back, and it also seems like it's starting to lightly rain. We still have a couple more places we want to get to tonight. But this is a really cool place to come. I highly recommend checking out, but if you do, just make sure you're being respectful.